Hello and welcome to the Wrestling Corner, episode number 7, working our way through these. Today we'll be talking about Elimination Chamber, the Velveteen Dream, and the NWO. Today I'm joined by Simon. How are you?
I'm doing alright, thank you. How are you?
I am decent. It's going great. It's going good. We always need to, it's same with all the podcasts, we always need to waffle so we can hear the end. But yeah, we've had a decent week, we've had a pay-per-view week. We've got a couple of tons of pay-per-view weeks. And so luckily we've got nearly a four-week break for Mania.
Yeah, his next one's NXT. Then it's Mania weekend, really, isn't it? When
and
everything just comes at once.
Everything will come. So
unless because Blood and Guts is just a Dynamite.
Yeah.
So that's.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
That's like your next big event, but it's not a special show.
It's gonna look nice. It's just the main event, but we will start off with a bit of AEW. So the show opened with a typical John Moxley promo. Jericho came out and he's just set up a match for the main event. It was Moxley and Darby Allin versus Jericho and Guevara. Just setting the main event simple. Typical Mox promo after was it after him winning the belt? Yeah, it was. It was his first show after winning the belt.
Yeah, it was. Yes, Revolution seems like a
But the first match of the show was Colt Cabana's debut. Obviously, if you didn't see it on the buy-in. If you didn't see on the buy-in, Colt Cabana made his debut to save the SCU, and he was in a tag match against the Dark Order. And basically, the finish came Colt Cabana. Really, have you seen the finish
of this? Did he do the sort of Superman pin that he does?
Yeah. His
seen him
finish
do it before.
One gets the pin, and Evil Uno just sort of switches. It just screaming and stuff. And this is not the way it was supposed to go. When the Exalted One arrive, heads will roll. And then obviously, I think a couple of hours later, we got the tweet. There was the long quote. And it said, Matt, basically, each start of the line spelled out Matt Hardy.
Evil Uno's been quite good on Twitter this week.
He's been great. He's just been teasing.
Yeah, but like a lot of the stuff's just been quite unrelated. Like I think I saw one thing that just said, Evil Uno is very handsome. Evil Uno is Evil Uno. Evil Uno is gifted. Evil Uno is very good at Twitter. I mean,
is this in character?
He's getting people talking.
It is.
Yeah.
I hope you're well, Chris Welch. He's got a new channel in the Mighty Reds, but I'll remember he's Chris Welch. Don't you worry. We'll answer your question when we come off AEW, because if you don't know, AEW don't do WrestleMania shows. Cody announced, was it last year? They said they won't be running WrestleMania. Unlike Ring of Honor and New Japan.
I mean, it's when all sort of the interest is, but I don't know. There's so much happening in that week.
If they did it, then they'd get the crowd. But I don't think it'd all be, this Mania week.
Right now, I'm feeling a little bit sort of wrestled out with all the big shows, and I'm looking forward to the 4-week break of nothing, which seems silly to say because that used to just be sort of par for the course, the 4-week break.
Because we've got so many companies now and so many pay-per-views.
And then after WrestleMania, I think I'm just like, probably after the Raw after Mania, I'm just going to be like, I can't take any more because there's just so much.
I think after SmackDown, there'll probably be a decent break because there's no Saudi shows for a while. I don't think. Is there?
Well, they've got they've got Money in the Bank scheduled for May and Extreme Rules scheduled for July, but there's nothing in June. And they did the Saudi show in June last year.
Oh no!
So I'm not sure.
We'll go back to AEW. On Being the Elite this week, Matt Jackson was on it. Nick was back at home, and Matt was saying how when he went to the Hardy compound, it got very weird. And if you didn't see Free the Elite episode 10, Matt Hardy basically asked the Young Bucks to bury him.
I actually did see that. I still don't watch Being the Elite, but that was the first I watched Thoughts from the Throne, and I watched that episode of Free the Elite, although I wasn't really paying.
No.
Everyone else was buzzing when it was the Bucks, and I was like, oh, cool.
I think it's just confirmed it.
And then I saw stuff that was like AEW, Matt Hardy to AEW confirmed. I was like,
he's not confirmed.
No.
It's Matt Hardy.
And he even said himself that he's open to re-signing with WWE.
He's open to going to NXT, but I think
it's not going to happen.
I think yesterday it was confirmed that Morales, they said they would give him a stable.
Yeah, they'd give him his own broken stable, but he still wouldn't have creative freedom.
No,
and therefore,
NXT, it worked well with a sort of, you haven't got a spooky guy really on NXT now.
No, but I don't associate Matt Hardy with being an NXT type. Like, who would you have in it?
That's
if you're recruiting current NXT guys. I mean, we've been talking about him off air, but Dexter Lumis.
Dexter Lumis, yeah. I would think Bronson Reed is sort of this spooky big guy.
Can he go from being NXT's resident thick boy to spooky guy?
The thing is, there's no spooky people on the NXT roster who would just immediately slot in.
The thing is, though, there'll be loads of people, like Performance Centre recruits, who haven't done all that.
Babatunde. He was the first one that came to my head, but isn't we Leo Rush?
Oh, no, that were a couple of years ago.
Is it Malcolm Bivens? He's with someone who's a small guy.
Right, yeah.
Who's just had...
Malcolm Bivens is really funny.
His Twitter interactions.
Can't wait till he gets on TV.
Like, he should have been put on TV. Do you know when someone stole his stereo?
I've only started following him in the past couple of weeks, but...
I think last year or 6 months ago, he had this whole thing on Twitter where he was questioning members of the NXT roster because they stole his stereo. And it's just the best, he had the whole thing with Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir that they were just going to beat the living crap out of him. It was amazing. But yeah, Matt Hardy is looking like a shoe, and especially with what the Eva Luno said, the burying of Matt Hardy, because if you saw the image, it's the Young Bucks carrying the thing along with someone else and Senor Benjamin. So it looks like Matt Hardy has been buried.
Killer Cross, there we go. He's in Matt Hardy's broken faction.
I don't think Killer Cross would work. I really don't.
No, neither do I. I'm just looking through Performance Centre recruits.
Because Killer Cross is...
Thatcher.
No. Is he main NXT now?
Yeah, he signed.
I thought it was NXT UK.
Well, he hasn't debuted, but they've got him down, as the sort of people who were signed but yet to do all.
Yeah. So then the next segment after that, Cody comes out, cuts your typical baby first promo, expecting MJF to come out and sort of be this heel, and all of a sudden Jake the Snake's music hits.
Which was unexpected.
Which was amazing. He cut such an amazing promo. So if you don't know what he cared, I hate to spoil the party, but damn man, I get tired of listening to you cry. I never cried over one match in my career. Don't you understand you got your ass kicked? MJF handed it right to you, but that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to praise you, I'm here to slay you. The only reason I'm here is because the dark side will be coming to AEW, and once our roots have taken hold, it'll be like a phoenix rising from the ashes. It's been 20 years for me, Cody, to get clean, to get right. By God, I've earned it. And if you think for 1 minute that I'm going to be a nice boy and play right, my man, you've got another thing coming. I'll be on the outside of the ring when my client faces you, and you can bring that one-trick pony, Arn Anderson, with you. Oh, Caesar, you see, I'm not in AEW to take the whole pie, just your share, Cody. And then so he cuts this amazing promo. People are like, who's this? And then he ends it with, a wise man once told me, you never, ever turn your back on someone who you respect or who you're afraid of. So, and Jay the Snake Robert just proceeded to turn away from Cody and leave the ring. It was so
crowd
good.
Were dead silent for it, but in like the good way, because they were hanging on his every word.
Who is it? Who's his client?
Well, the Twitter detectives seem to think it's Luke Harper, don't they? Because Caesar, something about next show being in Rochester.
Yeah, that's where Luke Harper's from.
Yeah.
There's only two. Lance Archer, who was announced for AEW and then just didn't appear. Or Luke Harper.
It's all a bit too... Not obvious for it to be Luke Harper, but the detective work that people have been doing, it all adds up perfectly. And it's really sort of subtle. And I think AEW were hoping that not many people would figure it out, but...
People are good.
People are quite smart.
That's why it's Brody Lee, not Luke Harper, but yeah.
Yeah, but... I don't know.
Everyone knows him as Luke Harper. Until he debuts his Luke Harper. It's going to be good, though. That promo. Because I heard like the buzz, so I didn't read anything. I just watched it. And everything he said, you were either waiting for Cody to say something, but he just had you on the edge of his tongue. It was amazing. I loved it. It's great.
Yeah, but there isn't much more to say apart from we wait and see who it is, I guess.
I love the line, though. You don't turn your back on a man you respect. And just immediately turns his back on Cody. Oh, it was amazing. But then we did have Pac versus Trent. Is it still Trent with the question mark? For ages on the indie,
no idea.
he was never Trent Beretta. He was Trent question mark. It was like I think in Shikara. I remember where Chuck Taylor. Someone took Chuck Taylor's name, legally registered it so they could wrestle as Chuck Taylor.
I'm sorry. I've just seen your notes for this match, and I couldn't agree more.
Lucha Bros attack the lads, the boys, Cassidy and Trucky T. A great thinger. And it's the really polar opposite is a thing. And the pack goes, and this is Death Triangle.
Yeah,
Decent name.
Pack Pentagon.
And Phoenix.
No, he's not Pentagon, is he? Pentagon Zero Mate.
Pentagon Jr.
Pentagon.
Yeah, no. Pentagon Jr. And Ray Phoenix.
No, but he's not Pentagon Jr. though, is he? He's Pentagon Zero Mate.
Yeah, but he's Pentagon. I swear he's Pentagon Jr. in AEW.
No. I don't think he's.
Look at the roster.
Anyway. Yeah, you have a look, but you've either got Death Triangle, which it's a bit lame, isn't it? And then you've got
the Scouse accent.
The much Scouse.
Oh, I've offended Geordie accent, English Geordie accent.
Or the much cooler Triangulo de la Muerte.
There you go, because I was going to say that is Pentagon Jr. in AEW.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Triangulo de la Muerte.
It's real. Like everything just sounds better in Spanish.
You got a lot of what they called
syllables.
Not syllables. Groups. What's the word?
Oh, I thought you meant in like
trios.
The phrase. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a lot of trios now, which is a problem. Do you think they'll introduce a 3-man belt? Or do you think that's too much?
No, I just think they like factions.
Yeah, that's what the word I look for. Factions. Good pairing. Quite similar styles.
It's random, but I think it'll be all right.
It at least packs that mouthpiece for them in English.
Yeah, it's not like they need a mouthpiece, but Pac's not just a mouthpiece. He's also
one of
Pac.
It's scary, but yeah, I think could be a very good stable.
All you need is a good name, and I'm on board really.
Death Triangle. Death. In fairness,
I hope they don't call them Death Triangle.
Because they're going to do that. They're going to do where they make a triangle with their hands.
I really hope they refer to them as
Triangle de la Muerte.
Yeah.
You know, Jim Ross is just going to say Death Triangle.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Then we did have, I don't know why I've wrote this down, but it's QT Marshall was beaten by Hager easily, but it's more what happened after the match. Hager refused to release him. Dustin tried to interfere, so the Inner Circle just beat down Dustin. Cody came out, got a little bit of thing. Inner Circle beat down Cody. Matt Jackson came out, Inner Circle beat him down. And then Hangman Page comes out absolutely smashed off his head. Comes in, cleans house a bit. And then he does the typical wrestle thing where you get thrown over the ropes and you don't know how to sell that you're going to fall. So they got one arm and he just flails his arm back like he's going to fall and then sets up a buckshot lariat.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And normally that would have been fine. Yeah, he's come to save his mates. He gets a beer exit and then he just goes up to Matt Jackson's face. Instead of shaking hands, he just sticks his middle finger up his face just at him and then just leaves. Oh, he's setting up.
I know you're really into it.
Hangman, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of it? Go on.
What do I think of it? It just isn't for me. I'm not going to say it's bad. I don't know why, but there's something about Hangman Page.
Do you think it's
get on board with.
He got that push immediately? So, like, if you didn't watch Being Elite before,
it may well be, but I don't know. Maybe it's the look or something. I've never been overly excited about the Young Bucks.
I enjoy the matches.
Sounds insane to say, but like
I understand why.
Yeah,
I think it's because I watch Being the Elite, so I'm familiar with the characters.
Yeah.
So
I just like people who stand out and look different, and like I'm so on board with Lucha Bros, and I just feel like I don't quite know. I don't know how to word it. Kenny Omega, I wasn't sold on first, but I've come round.
And
now I really like
Kenny
Omega.
Machine.
Yeah, and obviously Cody's just the best babyface in all of wrestling. But yeah, it's Page and sort of the Bucks. But it's their company. It's fine.
It is. And then we did have the main event: Jericho and Sammy G versus Darby and Mox. And Mox didn't make it to the match. So Mox was walking to his typical entrance, and there were 3 hooded figures in the crowd. Turns out it's very obvious that it's Hager.
But have you heard what they did about this?
They had 3 people sat in the crowd wearing masks
all
the whole show.
Yeah.
Which is dedication, really.
Yeah.
But I like that. So Mox didn't make it out. Hager and Santana Ortiz just kept on ambushing him. So it's just left Darby Allin versus Thing. The finish comes where Jericho hits the Judas Effect and Sammy covers Darby for the win, which I quite like. I like that Sammy's getting this pin. He did do a finish of it.
Darby had a really good showing. He just wouldn't stay down, which is pretty much what Darby Allin's all about. But not in like the sort of Johnny Gargano invincible way.
It's just like he's not going to stop.
He's just like he just don't feel pain.
Yeah. So then Mox appears at the top of the ramp. just brushing past Dr. Sampson, who's obviously the AEW thing, and he just attacks the Inner Circle, but the eventually Inner Circle get up and they take him to the top of the ramp and they powerbomb him.
Yeah.
Off.
What was all this stuff about? If Moxley shows up, Jericho has to leave for 60 days.
I think if Moxley wins.
Oh, okay.
If Moxley wins, Jericho has to go for 60 days. And surprisingly, them 60 days are when Fozzy are touring.
No.
I'm pretty confident. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I sort of read. Yeah.
So I'm guessing he's staying till Blood and Guts, and then maybe he'll get kayfabe injured and leave.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, AEW show.
It's just so long ago, I can barely remember.
Nothing special.
It was fine. It progressed things.
Good new stable.
Yeah.
Triangle de la Muertes. There we go. I did it.
Triangulo de la Muerte and the Jake the Snake stuff.
That one of the best promos
fine.
so far. Sure. All right, sure. All right,
Keep
sure.
it up.
Keep it up. Then we do go to a stacked NXT show in terms of start and ending of the card. So the show started off with Dakota Kai beating Tegan Nox in a steel cage match.
Yeah, it was alright, wasn't it?
Did you see the finish?
I was absolutely shattered when I watched this. Like, my mind was sort of half asleep.
So the finish came where Tegan Nox was sort of on top of the cage, climbing down. And Dakota Kai was...
Did Reina Gonzalez trap Tegan Nox between the door and just...
the cage, which is great. And then Dakota Kai got out the thing. She just kept on holding the pressure. Quite a unique
that was
finish.
quite innovative. I like that.
We rarely see it, but great finish. Now, is this obviously isn't the end of the feud. Does this go to Tampa? Because obviously, if you don't know the women's match...
No, I think it's the end.
Do you?
I don't know where they can take it from this.
I don't think maybe it's not the end of them two, but obviously at Tampa there's the women's ladder match. I think them two are definitely in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Dakota Kai's 1-2 on the bounce, albeit with help, but she's not broken the rules either time. So
no, if anything, Tegan Nox has broken the rules more. She hit it with the knee brace.
Yeah,
technically. Yeah, I mean it's a shame because it's a two-good feud, but the women's division currently, because you've got Rhea and Shayna both on the main roster technically now.
Yeah, it's sort of lacking in it in terms of not like upper card people. Although
at the qualifying matches start, they have
the person who we're coming on to next could easily fill that void.
Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
So Chelsea Green beat Shotzi Blackheart.
Chelsea Green's got it. Whatever it is,
she's got it
in the way that Bianca Belair has.
She's got the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Cause
she was on Tough Enough.
She was. I don't think her matches are overly engaging, but when Chelsea Green shows up, it's like...
Oh, that's Chelsea. Like, yeah. I think it's the pairing with Robert Stone.
I think it's Robbie the power of the Robert Stone brand.
Like, I want to see him recruit more people. Maybe not more women, because you want your single client, but who would you let him take? Sorry.
We've said this before. I think the obvious one is probably like Deonna Purrazzo or something, but like... I don't know, at the moment I think it makes sense that he isn't recruiting because he's sort of putting all his time and energy into Chelsea Green, and then if Chelsea Green sort of wins gold, he might look to pick up someone else, but...
I'm thinking, so we've got
I like it.
4 more weeks left. I'm guessing that's a qualifying match every week till we get to Mania. For the ladder match. Who's going to be in it? Because, again, you look at the depth of the roster. So you've already got Chelsea Green, you need 5 more, because I think it's...
Aaliyah and Vanessa Bourne.
Oh, God. So Bianca Belair's definitely in there. I'll be surprised if she's not.
Hang on, let me just fire up my roster.
Dakota Kai, Tegan Nox.
Oh, there's loads of people who could be in it.
Is
right, so we've got Aaliyah.
No.
Bianca Belair. Yes. Candice LeRae.
Yes.
Chelsea Green.
Yes. She's already in.
Dakota Kai.
Yes.
Deonna Purrazzo.
No, not yet.
Jessamine Duke, no. Katie Catanzaro, no.
No, she's too green.
Kaden Carter, no. Marina Shafir, no. Mercedes Martinez.
She's a maybe.
So that's we're already on about 5.
Yeah, we're on 5, and then you Tegan Nox, no.
Raquel Gonzalez,
no. Who'll help Dakota.
Santana Garrett,
no.
Shotzi Blackheart's a no.
No.
Tainara's a no. Tegan Nox is a maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's 6. Who else is there?
Vanessa Bourne and Xylee.
No, none of them.
All right, so you think you've got it?
We've got the 6.
Cool.
Again, it'll be good. That could be a good match. Then we did go to Cameron Grimes challenge Keith Lee to a North American title match. Yay, Cameron Grimes.
What happened here? Oh, Cameron Grimes. Right, okay.
I
don't remember this.
I can read the description if you want. A cavalcade of challengers stake the claim to Keith Lee's North American title. First one to get a chance will be Cameron Grimes. The technical savage interrupted Lee to share the news after being granted the opportunity by NXT General Manager William Regal, earning the chance after knocking off Dominik Dijakovic last week, although he did have some help from Damian Priest. Lee was set to address the same Archer of Infamy before Grimes' arrival. Instead, the Limitless One heard Grimes out before sending him crashing out of the ring, giving him a taste of what he'd overcome in order to seize the gold. So I'm guessing that's probably tomorrow.
Cameron Grimes is someone who, when his matches are on, they're good.
His promo was decent.
I don't get excited.
I don't get his character.
He's not even character. He's a redneck.
He's a redneck
who wears a hat. Yeah.
I'm guessing he's good at technical stuff. So he's more like Daniel Bryan.
Oh well, how much have you seen of him?
Not much.
Have you not? Oh, no. Cameron Grimes is a really good wrestler. Yeah. He's just. They call him the technical savage.
Who was he in Impact?
He was Trevor Lee.
Trevor Lee, that's why I reckon.
He was always in X Division stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. The X Division was amazing. Then we did have the Era beat Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. That's what Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch were there for. It's more really after the match, which was big. Afterwards, their attempt to recall the goal. Fisher and Riley were joined by Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne, who sounded perfectly pleased to grab the match. And then the GYV came out, Grizzle Young Vets.
Oh, I remember this bit. I don't remember any of the match, but yeah.
That's setting up.
Yeah, Matt Riddle was just talking money, and then what? So at Tampa Bay, you think you've got
Era, Broserweights,
GYV,
and that's maybe where you put the belts from GYV. Because Zach Gibson and James Rick are already getting over.
I'm not sure if the Broserweights hold them for long.
They've only
because they're not a team.
3 months.
How long will they have had them?
Yeah,
less than 2.
When did they win?
They won them middle of February at Portland.
Oh, is that when they won it?
Yeah,
they did, didn't they?
And then Takeover's like start of April, so it'd be like 6 weeks.
I think it works for a team that aren't a tag team. They can hold it for less time and not really have to worry.
As long as they sort of come back strong.
Takeover's mainly setting up. You've got the tag team match, triple threat.
Yeah, there could be a lot at Takeover.
You got the women's ladder match, and then Keith Lee maybe fatal 4-way. Grimes, Dijakovic, Priest.
Is there too many multi-man matches? Because NXT likes its singles.
You'll have Cole Dream, Gargano Ciampa, women's match, tag team matches allowed.
Will you have Cole? Is that where Dream's going?
Well, we'll go.
Oh yeah, he was the main event. Yeah, sorry.
Because we'll come on to that after. Austin Theory beat Isaiah Swift Scott.
Yeah, Austin Theory's really cool.
He's like, I don't want to say he's like John Cena, but he's a heel version of John Cena. I feel like in terms of the look.
Yeah, it's just like really chiseled, and that means he can sort of get away with the whole like arrogant look how much better I am than you, but not in terms of like.
In terms of he's bad.
Not being like a snob, like, oh, look how much better I am than you. Like, I was watching the Ruthless Aggression documentary this morning, and sort of like, in the way that JBL was, I've got more money than you, Austin Theory's just, look at me.
Yeah. I'm a Greek god.
Yeah. Swerve's cool, but he's sort of not
205
going anywhere. Yeah. Well, he's on it this week, and it's Captain's Challenge.
Is that this week, the 5-man?
Yeah.
The teams have been announced, haven't they?
There's a mystery man from NXT, but 9 of the 10 have been announced. I don't know who it's going to be, but I think it's not. It'll probably be like Angel Garza or something.
Yeah, he's just pulling triple duty.
Now, isn't it?
I don't think he's officially on Raw.
Oh, I think he is. He's on every week now.
That's a shame.
Yeah, so the 4 for NXT who have been announced are Leo Rush, Lorcan. Yeah, Lorcan.
Yeah,
that's his name, isn't it? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Birch. What I'm thinking then. And
Scott.
Swerve.
So, fifth man. Cameron Grimes.
No.
Raul Gonzalez?
Raul Mendoza.
Mendoza.
Even Mendoza or Whacking Wild. Maybe.
Yes, let's get excited for Whacking Wild.
Yeah, but then that's not really like a big. It's either a big surprise or they just genuinely haven't decided.
Yeah.
And because 205 Live's so
they'll just
minor,
just Ricochet. I won't be surprised, like you said, he were on main event tapings this week. Oh, Ricochet, Trevor. But we do have the main event, which was Roddy Strong beating the Velveteen Dream in a steel cage match. Great match.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'll just talk through the finish.
It's just The dynamics are wrong, and I know I'm not the only person who thinks this. I feel bad for Roderick Strong.
I know, like Dream's just taking the piss out of Marina Shafir and Troy Boy.
Yeah.
Strong and Strong's just that good guy who's trying to defend his family.
Velveteen Dream's fine, but I've never really seen him as babyface.
He's always been a babyface, but he's that babyface that shouldn't be one.
I know people are on board with him. And that's cool. That's fine. Me again, it's all personal preference, and he misses somewhere.
The finish was big though. So Cole was in the ring, he got in the cage. So it was Dream, Strong, and Thing. Strong was by the Thing. Dream opens the door, throws Strong out, and then locks the door. So it's just him and Cole trapped in there. And then Dream has his
Dream
way.
lost the match for himself, which obviously protects himself in defeat. And then Dream just ran wild.
And that's why I think it's Cole, Dream, and Mania.
Yeah,
where
so
Dream
do I.
wins his
but
first big title. Well, not big title, but he's already won it. But
I don't want Dream to be the man to beat Adam Cole.
Oh, but you can't tell me that. I love it if the Dream came out and everything was changed. Everything was purple on NXT because he's the champion. And it's the only show that could do it. It's like when the Fiend thing, we all wanted the Fiend to just affect SmackDown. I want to see the same with NXT.
I want Cole to stick it out and lose it to Balor.
No, Balor. Unfortunately, I don't think Balor's ready yet in terms of he's got Volta to deal with.
Yeah, that's the only thing, but I don't know. Balor's the man, and I'll stick by it.
Mm-hmm. Great episode of NXT. In fairness, setting up for Tampa.
Yeah,
you had the tag team feud, the women's and the men's. All.
Yeah, I mean stuff was furthered. Roll on. I say next week. It's tomorrow night.
Yeah. Oh god, it is tomorrow night. And we're going to try something new now. No, we'll read the comments first.
I would say, we said we'd do Chris Welch's.
Yeah, hi lads, hope you're all well. This is Chris Welch, by the way. Just decided to change my channel. I'm related to my channel. Anyway, I hope you're well. Do you think coronavirus will affect Mania?
Vince will do everything he can to get it on, but Vince, even though he is Vince Almighty, he cannot control coronavirus.
He can't. The problem is, I'm just going to have a look. It's in Tampa Bay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
If I think it was genuinely in danger, I think we'd have heard a lot more about it by now.
Yeah,
Whether it spreads to America,
it's already in America.
I know it's in America, but it's at the point now in Italy where they've shut everything off. Over here, we're getting to the point where we're talking about sort of closing off
schools,
venues, anywhere where there's gatherings of people.
Yeah.
So whether America can get to that point in the space of 4 weeks is all sort of what it depends on, or whether they'll give everyone masks or...
Maybe. So the Florida health officials are mobilising to address coronavirus. Though state officials say the threat to the public remains low, public interest in learning about the disease, how it works, who is most at risk is high. So I think it's really okay. The problem is you're going to have to look with everyone flying in. I'm guessing the American airports will...
I've never thought about that, but people come from all over the world and people have to be not
Italian.
Yeah, can you really sort of control where people are
coming from? I think it's all to do with the American border security. If they've got coronavirus tests when they're coming from certain countries that have got large, so Korea, China, Italy. Interesting.
I'm not sure. It's definitely one to watch.
It's going to go ahead no matter what, because all the Raw shows, Elimination Chamber went ahead. It'll be interesting to see, because it's such a worldwide scale.
4 weeks down the line, I'm not sure.
We don't know what's going to happen in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
In fairness, cases in South Korea and China are already dying down, but they're obviously increasing in Spain, here, Italy. They've shut the whole country down, which is mental.
I guess it's just wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
But, sorry, that just kicks you on the desk. If it doesn't happen, though... congratulations, you've saved yourself 7 hours of your time.
I know. I'd be sad if it didn't happen, but again, we've talked about with football and stuff.
They'll move it to Saudi Arabia.
Leave a Mania in Saudi Arabia. You get pyro at every single entrance.
It'd be a laugh.
It'd be great.
I mean, it'd be morally wrong.
Oh, it'd be very morally wrong. Why don't we get it in England? If
needs be must.
In England? No, because you'd have to fly.
They wouldn't dream of it. Time zones.
We talk about it all the time, but we need a pay-per-view. If you could give a rating for Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, what you rate? We'll give that later. Who would be your wrestler of the decade, 2010 to 2019? For me, it's good. If we're talking about overall, there are tons. But if we're talking about...
if you're talking overall, what's the difference between overall and personal favourite? I think wrestler of the 2010s is...
3, to...
Oh, I don't know. I ain't got my answer yet.
Daniel Bryan. From 2010 when he was Nexus, he got fired, he came back, he was this thing, built himself up, he lost at Mania in 30 seconds. To have that 2014, that peak moment, then having to retire, coming back from, great as a GM, coming back from retirement, then becoming one of the best heels in the company, to now working with the lower tier guys.
Yeah, I was thinking Cena, but it probably is Bryan.
Cena's always up there, but I think because he's tailed off the last couple of years, I think you've got to put Bryan there.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of wrestlers that sort of have like sort of hot phases. Do you know what I mean? And like Kofi this time last year was electric.
He was on fire.
But
and look at him this year.
Yeah, whereas Daniel Bryan sort of stayed. It wasn't the plan, but
he sort of dipped from heel to face well. I think you have wrestlers who've done it.
He's had it all as Bryan: retirement, comeback, heel, face, world main event, Mania, world title, wins, getting beaten in 18 seconds.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think you've got to give it Bryan.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
The only one you could say maybe Jericho, but his early 10s to 15 WWE was not there.
Yeah.
But if you're talking from 15 plus, the amazing run with Kevin Owens,
I kind of forgot about
then
that.
New Japan, and then AEW.
Yeah.
But I think he's got to go to Bryan.
Yeah,
Really good question.
a decade's 10 years.
Yeah. Okay, and then good questions. We'll just do a little bit of a news segment. So, Blood and Guts teams have been announced. Inner Circle versus the Elite.
Yeah, as expected.
As expected, good match. Hangman Page put a tweet before saying, "How do you spell for fuck's sake? Is it for fuck or fucks?" And then tweet later, "For fuck's sake," because he's with obviously all the Elite, which you don't want to be.
I saw the first tweet
and
I just ignored it because it was Hangman Page.
I saw it because I was like, what's he going to tweet after this? Do you see a turn? Do you think maybe a Blood and Guts? Or is it too early?
Yeah, no, I don't think it is. What's that? I don't know.
He's still so over. It's one of the most over guys.
Yeah, I don't know how long they can not draw it out for, but because I'm not like interested, because I'm not bothered. I personal preference, selfishness says get it over and done with. But just pull the trigger, man. But if it doesn't happen, so be it. It'll still be. It's not like it's going to disappoint.
It's because you've got so many good heels on that roster that I don't think you really need it yet.
Yeah.
I don't think so anyway.
He's fine just as the over.
I don't think so anyway.
Hangman Page is doing over perfectly.
I don't think so anyway.
Sort of. Hangman Page is in terms of how over he is. Sort of.
Hangman Page is
in terms of how over he is.
Yeah,
I don't know quite how to word it. If you turn him heel, I don't know. I think if you turn him heel on the Elite, that'll just get more over. I don't know. I think if you turn him heel, the Bucks got booed at Revolution.
Did they?
Yeah.
But that's because they're against Kenny and Hangman.
That's the thing though. Like Page is more over than the Bucks. So if Page turned on the Bucks, it's only going to elevate. So if Page turned on the Bucks,
other news, like little points. Rumour that Natty and Beth versus Kabuki Warriors. Rumour that Natty on Raw. It's looking like it's a lecture in the case. But on Raw,
what are you on about? For
the women's titles. I'm just on about rumours.
Yeah.
For the women's titles. I'm just on about Beth and the lecture in the case. I think.
Your first women's tag title defence, and I don't know how long, needs to bring tag title time. It suggests to me it probably wasn't worth having the belts in the first place.
Beth, someone who's regularly on TV.
Beth fight,
in terms of NXT.
Yeah, but she's not an active wrestler.
No.
Where are the iconics?
Iconics? Yeah, no, someone has created a Twitter page, day 128 without the Iconics being on TV.
Wow. No, they're not. They are just off TV.
And then final rumour, Bayley to defend SmackDown Women's title against Sasha, Lacey, Carmella, and another one unknown star. And now I put maybe Bliss, but it won't be Bliss anymore. And now I put maybe Bliss. Wins it on a return? No. Wins it on a return? Alright, I've had to load up the stream because for some reason on the YouTube the chat's working, so we have got some more questions on the YouTube. Women's, I'm going to say women's, who would be a Divas wrestler. I'm going to say women's wrestler. I'm going to say women's, who would be a Divas wrestler. wrestling. I'm going to say women's
Yeah,
wrestling.
well, it's a mix of both, really, isn't it? Yeah, well, it's a mix of women's era.
It's going to pay me to say it. I really don't like it. It's going to tell you.
Who is it?
I really don't like it.
It's
going to tell you. Ooh. When did Nikki Bella leave? 27th. Nikki Bella. When did Nikki Bella leave? 27th. As in Italia, who she's been 2010 2019, but as in Italia, who she's been 2010. She won the belt. She was a champion. Oh yeah, Nikki Bella. Like you've got current like Sasha and Bayley, but they weren't really in NXT 2015. They weren't really. I wasn't. I'm not into Sasha and Bayley, to be honest. I'm not into Sasha and Bayley. I watched the Iron Woman match and I just don't think.
I really like Sasha and Bayley in NXT. Now they're on main roster. I really like Sasha and Bayley.
I like heel Bayley over face Bayley. I like heel Bayley. Really?
Face Bayley on main roster's not. I like heel. Bayley doesn't face Bayley on work in the main roster environment. Bayley doesn't fit, and I think we all kind of knew that back in NXT.
Yeah, when she got called up,
I think that was the magic of it in NXT. Sort of the intimacy of Full Sail. Magic of it in NXT.
Nikki Bella.
Yeah, it's Nikki Bella.
And then also storyteller or storyline of and then also storyteller or so you probably I'm guessing probably can have one main storyline. You could have your Kofi, one main storyline. You could have your Nexus, because I'm going to class that the end of Mania.
There's lots of honourable men.
I'm going
Summer of Punk, maybe.
I forgot Summer of Punk. Wow.
Summer of you could have Brian at Mania, Monster, yada yada.
Cena Wyatt, original Wyatt.
I would not have that anywhere near.
I think that's just biased. Cena Wyatt.
Yeah, people won't look back on that kind of the greats.
I think that's. I'm trying to think.
Kofi Mania.
Kofi Mania. I'm trying to think of like little ones that can go under the radar.
They really bottled it with the whole the man.
I'm trying to think of like little ones that can go under. She could have been the biggest thing in 2020, but
anything to do with
she could have been the biggest
Shield versus Wyatt. This is sort of we're coming on the best Shield, not the best feud. Anything to do with
Shield. The Shield could be a best storyline in terms of just
your best
breaking coming back.
I imagine the answer to best storyline is Summer of Punk. I wasn't watching back then, therefore I imagine the answer to best. I am going to say I wasn't watching back then, therefore I imagine.
I'm going for Ziggler. Money in the Bank win, not because biased. It was a shock Money in the Bank winner. It was a Money in the Bank win, not because what happened after that. It was a shock. In terms of the storyline of it, was this cog heel who no one expected really to win the main title. He gets Money in the Bank. He's got AJ and Big E. Are they going to turn? No. And then that moment, even the bank, he getting the biggest pop when he got that title. No. And then that moment, even the bank, he getting
storytelling. Was it storyteller?
It's storyteller / storyline.
Storyteller. It might have to be someone
storyteller
like
/ storyline.
Like the the Festival of Friendship, Jericho can do all.
That was genuine. I was nearly in tears. I weren't in tears.
Yeah, Festival of Friendship's up there with storyline of the year.
I was nearly in tears. I weren't in tears. Storyteller's Jericho. Storyline. It's going to be Summer of Punk. I was nearly in tears. I weren't in tears.
Kofi Mania did have its flaws, but on the whole,
you'll look back at it.
I'll look back on it as one of the greatest things ever.
It's someone who really wasn't in the picture.
Like, it was so organic, even though it was meant to be Ali. It was so.
Can you tell me if there's echo now, Chris? I don't think it was for long, so I think we're all right. I hope this coronavirus carry on ends soon. Do my head in and sick of seeing the news. I wonder why.
Yeah, I'm not too sure there's many people who'd like it to continue, to be honest. But I understand the sentiment. I am a bit tired of it now.
Same. We'll just wait and see if Chris Welch. It's fine now. Yeah, it's fine. It won't on for long. That's all. We'll move on to SmackDown. We'll go to the main roster now with SmackDown.
This is we're probably gonna skim through this because it's all built to Chamber, innit? And obviously Chamber's been and gone, so.
But we did have SmackDown. The show opened up with, was it the contract signing? 2 seconds. I'm just having to load up SmackDown.
It was Strowman and NWO.
It was. So yeah, the show opened up with NWO, obviously, and I'm going to say a big return.
I'm not. It was on a moment of bliss.
It's because they're going into Hall of Fame.
So were the Bella twins. No one cared.
I cared. I enjoyed the segment where they were both pregnant. It was nice.
No. Not on TV.
So
Put it
what
on
happened
backstage.
was, NWO appeared on moment, but because they found themselves in Art Melee. Kevin Nash, Scott and Sean Waltman were looking ahead of their induction. Nakamura, Cesaro, and Zayn interrupted. Zayn was great. He held Bliss hostage when Strowman came out, and Strowman just got rid of Cesaro, got rid of Nakamura. And yeah, Zayn escaped. Use of Legends, okay.
Strowman got the NWO rub.
He did.
Zayn and his boys. What are they called? The Artist Collective.
Sami Zayn's known as the Great Liberator.
The three have got a name. It's like the Artist Collection or something. See if you can find it. But yeah, Strowman stood tall. I mean, obviously Strowman's winning at the pay-per-view.
Oh, he's definitely winning. At the pay-per-view.
Ain't that right?
He's gonna win at the pay-per-view. I don't think they've got a name. Name?
They have, because they said it, but I'll try and find it.
Name.
He's
just giving me the real names.
Right, I'll have a look. Next was Naomi. Oh, I'm doing the hosting now.
No, go and do it.
Next up was Naomi and Lacey Evans versus Bayley and Sasha
We love
Banks.
a rematch.
Was this a rematch?
Yeah, last week.
I'm going to take it back to you now.
Last week, Sasha came out when she returned, and they had an impromptu tag team match. This week, it was a booked one. Obviously, Naomi and Lacey. What am I on about? I was crashing. Sasha hit the Meteora for the win. Correct decision.
Cool.
This is leading to Bayley lose it.
It's all just it's women's tag matches. It's just like white noise to me at this point. I see it, but I don't register what's happening.
For me, all made-up tag team matches are just not boring, but it is like you said, white noise. It's like there's no storyline. If there was a storyline, it'd be good. Obviously, they had what happened last week, but they really need to start building that SmackDown Women's Championship for Mania.
They are called the Artist Collective.
Ah, right.
A bit like the Nightmare Collective.
The Nightmare Collective, they're dead and gone.
It must be a little bit of a dig at that, surely.
It's a good name, in fairness. But then we did have Sheamus beat Apollo Crews. Yep, that's all that matters.
Whoa.
Go on.
I don't know. I feel like we can't skim over an Apollo Crews segment because
go on.
Apollo Crews. He's actually class, and it just he deserves more.
He's a jobber.
I feel like I root behind the wrestlers that I just shouldn't like.
Yeah, because it's Apollo
Crews is a top boy.
Did you expect him to beat Sheamus?
No, I didn't.
I do feel sorry for Sheamus.
It doesn't. I'd rather it be Apollo Crews than Shorty G, or would I?
Oh,
I'm not. Right.
I'd rather it be Shorty G than Chad Gable.
The main talking point from this match was, see if you can find it without getting copyrighted, but it's we cut to Sheamus after commercial break, and he was in the ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had too many lines playing.
But Sheamus
they had that thing playing.
Game plan. Driving Sheamus in his trap.
I don't know, but like it definitely was. It was Lobster Head. I'm so hoping Chris Welch sort of knows what I'm on about. Yeah. But not many people picked up on it, but it wasn't Hellfire, his current one. And if they bring back that theme, I'm Sheamus becomes my new favourite wrestler.
It is a great theme, that. Sheamus Lobster Head 09/03/20, because that was yesterday.
It's just like little videos on Twitter. Like I don't think it'll be like there won't be like any like proper news pieces made out of it.
Nothing at all.
But yeah, like I don't know. I've got it up here. I don't know if I'm allowed to play it on the microphone or not.
You'll be fine.
So yeah, they cut back to commercial break, and Tom Phillips is sort of doing his thing. Is it Tom Phillips? No, it's not. It's Michael Cole.
Michael Cole.
It's the guitar solo.
Ah. That's weird.
Could you can you make it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think? I mean, was that midway off commercial?
It was when they were coming back from commercial. Like, that's like 2 minutes into the thing.
Does that mean they were playing it during the commercial while they were having a match?
No, I think it was like, here's Sheamus, let's go to commercial break. We're back from commercial break.
Oh, and then he's in the ring.
Or is he? Yeah, I'm not quite sure how it works.
I wonder if it's like...
But yeah, I mean, we may be reading too much into this, but if they bring back lobster I don't know whether to call it lobster head or too many limes, but
it'll be one of them at least.
It will be one of the biggest news stories of the year.
Yeah, too many limes is returned. But we did have Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville beating Carmella and Dana Brooke. Made all sense.
Yeah,
Ziggler caused a distraction.
Control-C, Control-V from the earlier tag match in the show.
Yeah. Ziggler caused a distraction. Mandy getting the win. Fine. Mandy's become a bitch. I'm going to say it.
Oh.
She put a tweet out against Otis after thingy saying Otis was stupid. He shouldn't have done that. I don't like her. Then we did I don't like that she's gone from this lovable one who Otis is in love with to she's a bitch. She's with Dolph Ziggler now.
It was always going to happen.
It was, but
they could have had quite a lot of material with Otis and Mandy, and I hope they go back to it.
I do as well, but you can't. You can't. You've made your bed now. You've got to lie in it, WWE. You could have had that lovely storyline. You didn't. I'm so disappointed. Then you did have Bray Wyatt addressing John Cena's WrestleMania challenge on the Firefly Funhouse.
I remember nothing of this.
Bray Wyatt openly pondered the question on everyone's mind, why John Cena? Rambling Rabbit immediately popped up to remind Wyatt of when Cena defeated Bray at WrestleMania 6 years ago, acknowledging that the Firefly Funhouse wouldn't exist without Cena. Wyatt said he forgives Cena, but he soon begins talking to a sinister tone while promising that he would be waiting for Cena at Mania. Just a hype package while Cena's not there.
If you say so.
But it works well with Fiend. You sometimes don't need their opponent there to make a big match.
It's fine. Yeah, it's textbook Bray Wyatt at this point.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Main event was Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. They won the tag team gauntlet match.
Right, yes. This was fantastic.
Go on then. I'll let you walk through it.
It was the Otis show, wasn't it?
It was. Everyone loves Otis.
Oh, I can't remember the order of people, but they just didn't pin the New Day with one trash compactor.
New Day and Heavy Machinery kicked off, with a thunderous to Big E as well.
All right, okay. And then didn't they pin the Usos with a trash compactor?
They got the Lucha House Party. No, Tucker got a roll up on the Usos.
All right, okay. But Otis was just hitting caterpillars for fun, and it was so much fun.
I'm just looking. Yeah, so then I think they won by disqualification against Miz and Morrison. Yeah, Tucker once again struck his opponent when he rolled up Morrison for the 1-2-3. Morrison and Miz attacked after, so Ziggler and Roode came out and strolled to the victory, basically.
This was perfectly booked. It was a star-making performance for Otis.
It was.
Just seeing everyone off. And Ziggler and Roode, it's perfect for them to just come in and sort of clean up the scraps of the match and, sort of just win it without having done much.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'm so buzzing for this because of the affection I have for gauntlet matches in the build-up to WrestleMania on SmackDown, where you're building a single babyface. It took me back to Kofi Mania.
Who is right? We'll talk about it in a second. Elimination Chamber. Otis or Tucker? Are you more invested in Heavy Machinery or Otis?
Otis.
After the match, Heavy Machinery.
Okay, but Otis needs Tucker.
Otis needs Tucker.
No, Tucker needs Otis, but I don't think it would be beneficial for Otis to go solo.
No, because I don't think he'll have that other person that he can bounce off.
Fine as he is, yeah. Half of Otis's thing is just shouting Tucky whenever he's near.
But it works. It's like the stupid. There's tons of gimmicks that have worked over the years where it's the most simple thing, stupid idiot.
It's fantastic though, and it's not even in the past. It was sort of haha, look at him. He's
a bit stupid.
Not like he was stupid, but people just went, oh, he's quite fun to watch. But now people are like, yeah, go on, Otis.
Yeah, you've got this, Otis.
He's the boy.
He is the boy.
Let's hope he wins at Elimination Chamber,
and
doesn't get eliminated.
And maybe I think he might go through a pod, maybe. But all right, SmackDown built to Elimination Chamber.
It was all right on reflection.
Speaking of Elimination Chamber, the pre-show, Viking Raiders.
Did you not watch the pre-show?
No.
All right, okay.
I was playing FIFA.
I was kind of interested because they hadn't announced a pre-show match.
That's why I didn't watch it. If there were matches announced, I would have watched it. I had it on in the background. I saw Viking Raiders come out.
It's a bit of a promotion for Ryder and Hawkins, this. They've gone straight from main event
to pre-show.
To pay-per-views.
I mean, they did get beat.
They got in so much offense.
Really?
Yeah.
Too much?
Ryder... No. I don't like the Viking Raiders. So.
Oh.
Hawkins and Ryder got like loads in, and then the Viking Raiders just hit the Viking Experience for the win.
Why couldn't they just keep them as the War Raiders?
Because they've got sponsors and War isn't good.
I know, but War can be good. It depends. But we did go to the main show. Opening the match was Daniel Bryan Gulak, which was a good match.
People are calling this a main roster match of the year contender.
I wouldn't call it match of the year because I think there are.
There's still 10 months to go.
There's definitely still, and you've still got Mania, Money in the Bank, Tampa, Double or Nothing, All In.
Oh no, we're not talking. Yeah, no, it's a main roster. Double or Nothing don't count.
Main roster. Oh, it was
just like good. But like, do you think it'll be of that caliber come the end of the year? Will we be coming back to Elimination Chamber and saying it was a really good sort of technical match?
It put Gulak over.
But your best main roster matches are your big emotional triumphs, if you know what I mean.
In fairness, the bumps Bryan took in that match, it's the one where Gulak lifts him for his suplex, and I'm 99% sure Bryan was supposed to land the flip, but he just doesn't. He keeps on going in and lands right on his neck.
Some of the suplexes were quite rough, but I don't know. In terms of like from a pure wrestling standpoint, I reckon it probably will be one of the main roster matches of the year. But it'll get lost amongst like if like McIntyre and Lesnar put on a good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People will come back to like big Mania moments, whereas I think the opening match on Elimination Chamber it'll just get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened to Bryan's regions?
His region popped out. We would say
twice.
Was it twice?
It was either twice or it didn't go back.
I saw it after. I didn't see it in match though. Like me and Kieran were watching it, and I didn't see it. And then when I
didn't see it at the time,
I just said Bryan's testicles have popped out.
But then again, I won't be looking.
There. Is it when he was about to like go over the ropes?
Yeah, and then for the they were both on the top rope. I don't know what it wasn't a superplex or a Spanish fly. I can't remember what it was, but
it the one? It was. Was it a suplex?
It might have been. I mean, them two aren't going to hit a Spanish fly, so it probably was.
Fairness, them two could hit a Spanish fly.
They could, but they wouldn't. They'd rather just batter each. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah. Moving on from that. It was a good opener.
Yeah. To another incredible match, Andrade beating Humberto Carrillo.
Incredible's a strong word, but it was good.
Yeah, maybe not incredible.
I always forget how good Humberto Carrillo actually is.
He's got not charisma, because he does.
It's actually class.
He's got no character. And I think if he had character, that could be match of the year contender.
He smiles, but he actually does.
He's got a smile as well.
He actually does the old wrestles really perfectly. Mm-hmm. He just doesn't. He doesn't have an edge. That's the word we're looking for. He doesn't have the edge. Angel Garza has an edge.
He was good.
We'll come on to it.
We'll say it was a decent match.
We'll come on to our weekly Angel Garza loving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry. And I thought you were going to talk.
No, sorry.
We do have the tag team elimination chamber match up next. The Miz and John Morrison beating Usos, New Day, Heavy Machinery. I nearly called them the Lucha Bros, Lucha House Party, and Ziggler and Rude.
Right, my favourite bit of this match was when the cameras didn't catch Lindsay Dorado going up top, and I was just like, well, what's happened for a while here?
I thought he was just laid on top of the thing.
What's going on? I just thought it was like, well, it wasn't on my mind, and then it just cuts to him swinging, and it's not like he swings and just falls. He swings and hits a shooting star press. I actually went mental.
Did you? I was like, oh my god! If you watch it, it's how late he releases so he can get the full shooting star in.
And Otis didn't even hit the ground from it.
No, but I like that he didn't sell it because he didn't really touch Otis. Instead of Otis going ah.
So you've got Lindsay doing that. You've got Metalik hitting Hurricanranas off the pod. Wow! I sure hope
they win
not
this
the Lucha
match.
Bros. Yeah, the Lucha House Party I hope they get an elimination off the back of these.
No.
Oh no.
No, they got eliminated.
Yeah.
Straight.
It was all for nothing.
It was.
It was a cool spot.
I like the setup to it though. When who was it? Was it? It was some. I think one of the Usos threw Lindsay, and Lindsay caught his back legs in the chains. And then he lifted himself and climbed up, and then that's how he got on top of the pod. And then it was when Otis...
I missed that, but they proper bigged it up on commentary.
It's when Otis wasn't shot, because it was a bit botchy, because he does the thing, Otis starts like getting to him, he lifts himself up, climbs up to the pod, and then Otis is like, well, we're very early here, he can't climb up and do his shooting star yet. So Otis is just moving in and out of the ring, trying to just think of something. And then you forget that Lindsay's on there, they do a thing.
And then sort of stuff happened. Who was next out?
No one for a while. Cause the final
house party, then it was...
That was it for a while, because Rude and Ziggler were still in the pods. And then Ziggler came out, we had the...
I really liked... because Otis got released. And like it was just like waiting for Ziggler to come out.
Much like Shayna in the main event.
I really liked Heavy Machinery's entrance when like Otis just made a point. Like he tried to like get in the cage for Ziggler. He was like, Otis all fired up. Go on, fella.
And then it's when the New Day came out and he was just jiggling in his pod. I like that Otis can actually sort of switch it from serious to not.
He's got the shades on it.
Then, so did the Tucker spot happen first, and then Otis? So Tucker ended up on
when Tucker was on the pod and sent on off.
And did he sent on off? Which is, he looked so light when he was flying. Then it was a really nice spot.
At Stomping Grounds last year, he went mental in that tag match.
I do think he's the better wrestler.
People have forgotten about it.
I think he's the better wrestler, but Otis is the better character. Unfortunately, the character's outshone the wrestling.
Yeah. It's a fair statement. Like.
And then obviously the big spot was Otis.
He went to charge Ziggler, didn't he? Ziggler moved.
Ziggler was set up in the pod. He was going to charge into the pod and hit Ziggler. Ziggler rolls out, and Otis just goes through the backboard.
It seemed like a really... Oh, God.
I'm sorry, am I making you tired?
No. It seemed like a really weird sort of way to have Otis get out of the match. Like, did he just hit it with that much excessive force?
It's Otis. He's like a dump truck.
Yeah, but like, did he mean for him to go through it? Like, was it sugar glass?
It was sugar glass because it was like Pyrex because he just pinged off and hit the Carlos Cabrera.
It was a really underwhelming way to have Otis go out of the match, and then again, I guess it means Tucky took the pin, but
I like it because it was sort of. It was Otis's emotion getting too much from him, and he just sprints.
I guess.
Boom, breaks it, he falls out. It would incapacitate him in terms of because it was a long fall.
So, moving on though. But
so the Heavy Machinery were out.
When it got down to the final two.
Who were it? Usos.
Ziggler and Rude and Usos. No, it wasn't. It was Miz and Morrison because they're the champions.
Miz and Morrison and the Usos.
Never. I was going to say, did you buy for a minute that the Usos were going to win?
Yes.
Did you?
Is when they hit the double super kick. They hit the double super kick on Ziggler, but Rude was there and he sort of interfered.
All right.
I like the finish.
Well, that's interesting.
Not Rude. Miz and Morrison.
I keep thinking Ziggler and Rude.
They should just be tag team champions. Put it on them. Miz and Morrison. And then they did the innovative pin.
It was a really convoluted pin, but I guess
it worked.
It did work because it's the chamber, isn't it?
And I know we screamed, no, it's a DQ, and then we realised it's an elimination chamber match. No DQs don't matter.
It was a 5 match, but it's not going to be remembered.
I think you'll remember for the spots of Lindsay, Otis, and Tucker. New Day didn't really do anything apart from when Kofi went for the boom drop, the double one. Lindsay moved, but Metalik didn't. So Kofi had to sell that he'd injured himself.
That's the thing. That's what annoyed me. Like, this is
the early botches.
Think about. I keep coming back to it, but Kofi at the Chamber last year when he went 1-on-1 with Bryan in the final 2, and then just to see Kofi at the Chamber this year,
not really getting a show.
And I think he took. I can't remember who he took the pin from, but either way, he got eliminated really unceremoniously, and it just.
I know.
It's just a bit sad.
It is sad to see, considering look at where he was last year and look at where he is now.
And it's weird because I was never really into Kofi Kingston before last year.
I loved him.
He was always. I always saw him as like the steady mid card guy.
And he innovated his character, became this amazing babyface, and then just to drop down so much.
What happened after this?
Black and
Styles.
Go on, what do you think? Great match. Not great match, sorry. It was a good match.
It was fine.
It was fine.
We were all just kind of waiting for the interference.
And it was a good one, expecting him to walk down. He just appears, has the OC in a choke, not choke, sorry, a hold. And then the Fater Black, the
Black Mass. I was a bit torn because if Black had covered him solely off the back of the choke slam, I'd have been angry. But he picked him up and hit the Black Mass. So.
And did you see he didn't get his hands up in time?
I kind of feel Black should be winning stuff on his own, but then again, the Undertaker and Black have got naught to do with each other. It's not like Black's hired him to do his dirty work or his bidding, if you know what I mean. So
it's just a coincidence, basically.
It's
more
fine.
or less.
It's just good that they're doing something with Aleister Black. I won't complain. It's not like Styles loses much off the back of this because Taker came in and obviously he's got that big marquee match at Mania. So
what does Black do at Mania? We were talking about.
What does Black do at Mania?
Andre the Giant win it, the Battle Royale. Unfortunately,
he may well do.
I think this year will be more serious in terms of they won't be calling Jost to Michael Shea, but
I don't know.
I think they'll be involved in the Raw Tag Team Championship.
They'll get someone mainstream involved because that's what brings in the viewers.
I'm just trying to think. It will be. I don't think it's either going to be the SNL guys because Street Profits parodied in them, or it'll be someone from Tampa.
Jost and Shea were quite good last year.
I was speaking to Kieran. He didn't like Colin Jost was an amazing. It was just not amazing, but it was an amazing.
He really enjoyed it. Like I just like it when celebrities they take the view of I'm going to have fun here rather than this is nonsense. I'm just going to get in and get out and take the paycheck.
Well, Michael Shea was the actual wrestling fan, but he sold it so well of he was scared to be there, and Colin Jost wasn't. So he was like this fake stuff, and Braun just decimated him.
It was really good.
It was good. It was really good. And then really good. I like saying really good for everything. And then we go to the Raw Tag Team Champions. The Street Profits defeated Rollins and Murphy.
This match went on really long. I
had
a look back and it was only 18 minutes.
Really?
I feel like it felt a lot longer.
It was an alright match.
Not in a bad way, but it wasn't. I didn't think it was as good as like the Saudi match.
No, the ending did come though when Kevin Owens strode down eating popcorn.
Kevin Moxley.
Yeah.
Coming down through the crowd.
And then he just sits on the Spanish commentary box eating his popcorn. Seth comes up and gets in his face, and he just points.
See him sort of point and say, "Look."
And then Angelo just
Big Dawkins is coming through.
Yeah. And then Murphy gets pinned, and then was it due to a stun? No. And then after the match, Seth gets stunned. Kevin places the popcorn down really gently, stuns him, and he just really picks it back up, and then just dumps it all over Murphy.
Yeah.
And then
this is one of the rumoured matches that we're coming on to later.
Seth
and Owens.
Yeah. And then, so after that, we did have the Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro beating Braun Strowman.
I've really enjoyed this.
Zayn won the belt. It's Zayn's first title belt.
This should be so wrong. It makes no sense for this to be an entertaining segment. Like the three guys beating the one guy who's just had the belt for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's Sami Zayn.
It's when the finish happened, when Nakamura hit the Kinshasa through the ropes, and then Cesaro hit his uppercut, and I was like, it's not gonna be the end. And then pick him up, haluva kick, and
it's how buzzing Sami Zayn was afterwards, and he's effortlessly entertaining.
It's his the thing is, it's
his mic work. That's just like his pre-match promo. I can't remember what he said, but I just remember
he just waffles.
It was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like Braun.
The title.
Braun don't lose out. I don't think Braun will move on. I don't think Braun will go back from it.
No.
But he'll have a big match at Mania. He'll probably do something with a mainstream guy. It might be Tyson Fury.
Tyson
Fury.
But he's got them. Tyson Fury's got the boxing match in June.
If it is Fury, they're gonna have to get on with it.
Yeah.
What are we gonna? Do you say Angel Garza?
No.
I thought you said Angel Garza should challenge Sami Zayn.
No, he's got a match in June. No, I think Sami Zayn, it's going to be a Mania, Cesaro versus Nakamura versus Zayn.
Ah, right. And Angel Garza's always on the mind.
I've got a theory for that. And either it'll be built out of respect, or it will be built...
Zayn versus Nakamura?
And Cesaro. So it's
triple threat.
Say Zayn has gone, you did help me win, we get in the match.
No.
Or Cesaro turns, you babyface. Nakamura and Zayn start with your heel, Nakamura turns in the matches.
I don't think they'll break them up. Or I don't think that's where they'll go, but I'm not sure what they do. Yes I do. Jeff Hardy's on SmackDown this week.
Yeah, so it's Paige.
She is, but Paige isn't going to be challenging for the Intercontinental title.
That would be funny, though.
Jeff Hardy, I think, might be.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeff Hardy's mainstream.
I don't want to see Jeff versus Zayn.
Why?
I think I'd just rather see Cesaro and Nakamura get some payoffs.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense.
He does. He does. I promise. I do.
There's no the Zayn Hardy's the really good. I think the dynamic could work.
Will Jeff still be over as he normally is?
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yes, because he's Jeff Hardy.
Fair play. Fair play. I mean, you can't follow.
I personally don't really get Jeff Hardy, but I acknowledge it's a big deal
nostalgia.
when he shows up. Yeah,
and he can still wrestle. I think that's the main thing. But then the main event, Shayna Baszler beating Asuka, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Natalya.
Maybe and all
she can't beat herself real good.
Yeah. Maybe the most divisive main roster match of the year.
People loved it because
loved it.
I think people really.
People. If you look at the social media reaction,
people really hated it, or people quite liked it. So if you don't know what happened, the match started off as Natalya versus Sarah Logan. Match went on well. Ruby Riott comes in. Great, you've got Sarah Ruby, and then Shayna comes in. Now, first, I think that's the big point first. Bring Liv in first, then you've got your Riott Squad payoff.
No, because I don't believe anybody genuinely cares about the Riott Squad.
I know, but that's how they were setting up them three being in the match. They're all former Riott Squad members.
They've been inactive for 9 months.
I know.
I get where you're coming from, and I know you're trying to defend it. But
I'm going to defend it now. I know what you mean. It is. I understand why, but it was a reason them three were in the match.
Because they built it in terms of the Riott Squad stuff. Should they have revisited it in the match? Yes. Should it have been a part of the build-up in the first place? No. Yeah. No,
it should have just been these three who've got their opportunities. That's why. Boom. Then Shayna comes in. Kina Clutch, Natalya taps out. Sarah Logan taps out. Riott taps out. Natalya taps out. Liv Morgan comes out of the thing. Has a little back and forth.
Liv Morgan battered.
Gets held up on the... Shayna climbs up to the second rope, stands in front of Asuka's pod and just puts Liv Morgan to sleep.
Oh, are you not even going to talk about when she got absolutely whacked into the pod?
No. Oh, yeah. For some reason I presumed to ask her. Yeah, so Shayna grabs her by the legs and just swings her to the...
we might have seen just the end of Liv Morgan.
Swings her into the chain, swings her back into the train, and then, just for added measure, just with so much ferocity...
So rough.
Boom! Just into the pod, and you can hear not even the break, it was just the boing.
Yeah,
she got her hands up.
I feel like, did she?
Yeah,
I feel like her head just bounced.
No, she had her hands up, but I think I rewatched it. She puts her heads up and she sort of pushes her head when she gets hit, just so it could be sold more. But what do you think? Yeah. And then obviously Asuka comes out of the back of us. Shayna wins.
I get Liv Morgan has lots of fans, but I don't understand how anybody could have possibly convinced themselves that Liv Morgan had any sort of chance.
I know. I just think.
And then, yeah,
she's got a bit. When she came back, she's already
got a bit about her, but she ain't gonna beat Baszler.
She already had fans already from Riott Squad. She left. She had this big hype coming back with all the promo packages as Emelina, basically, is what she was.
Yeah.
And then it's just faded.
Well, her character. Did you hear the commentary that they meant when she was coming down to when she was making her entrance? She was like, Liv Morgan, she's been on the main roster for a while, but she hadn't really found herself. Now she's found herself and she's comfortable with who she is. And it's like...
Is that what you're going for?
If someone was to ask me to describe what Liv Morgan's all about, that's not what I'd go for.
I thought she was just sexy.
It was just...
like, that's the character, like... You know what I mean? Like Catwoman.
I wasn't going to go with that, but then again, when she interrupted the Lana Lashley wedding...
It's so disappointing. Where's Rusev, by the way?
Contract disputes, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Same as Revival?
Yeah, because otherwise Revival would have been in the chamber, wouldn't
so
they?
So sad.
They're
both great.
They are. I miss Rusev more than the Revival.
Same. Oh, yes, same. Just I love Rusev.
So then Shayna and Asuka went back and forth for about 2 minutes, and Shayna won.
Right decision?
It was. I was just going to say, like, then Shayna looked like she never broke a sweat. And then it went off air, and that was the end of it.
I would expected something to happen, like even Becky come out.
Was the match dead boring?
Yes.
Yes. Was it booked correctly?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Should it have been an elimination chamber in the first place?
Nope.
No.
But what were you going to have there? men's.
Yeah, you have a men's singles and just have Baszler be like, look at me, I am quite evidently better than everybody else. Or even
just have it as a gauntlet match.
Yeah, or just do it on TV.
But no, they had to have it. They had to have 2 chamber matches, and unfortunately, I felt sorry for especially for Riot, Logan, and Natalya, who really couldn't do anything when Shayna came in.
It was a very predictable card, apart from the handicap match.
And probably maybe the AJ Black, if you didn't take into account, because it could have been the Undertaker takes out. No, Black.
No, I think that was the way most were expecting.
Yeah. What's your ratings for the match?
It was a 3 out of 5. It was average for a pay-per-view. It was fine. I went in with quite low expectations. Did it meet them? Yeah. Did it exceed them? A little bit. I went in not excited in the slightest. It felt like a chore. And then after Brian Gulak, I perked up quite a bit.
It were a good match. I've got the predictions here. So we all went Shayna.
Okay.
I went Sami Zayn and the boys. I didn't go predict Sami Zayn, but I said the other boys. You two, Kieran and Simon, both went
I said
Strowman.
Braun because I just thought they'd,
bury them. Then for, obviously, the men's, me and you both went for Miz and Morrison. Kieran went for the Usos. That's another point for us. We all went for Street Profits. Got that correct. Me and you went AJ. Kieran went Black. Black, obviously, won. We both went AJ. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know what I think it was. And then, for some reason, I've got Humberto and Andrade here, and you've got Humberto, but I don't have
No, I do not.
I don't have the other predictions, so I don't know if we actually genuinely did go for Humberto. But I've got Simon dash Humberto there.
I would have not put Humberto down for this match.
I think Andrade was the most obvious. But good, decent. It was a necessary pay-per-view.
It was fine. It was a stopper on the
road to WrestleMania. Yeah. Come on, get your cars.
It was the final stop on the it's the voyage.
And then we had Monday Night Raw last night. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch addressed Shayna Baszler.
Right, I haven't watched Raw. You haven't watched Raw.
We'll just go through the notes.
This is going to be fun.
It will. For weeks, Becky Lynch has been begging the universe to deliver Shayna Baszler as her WrestleMania opponents. Fates for Blige, the man is ready to go. Typical Becky.
This sounds
promo.
like it were just standard Becky. Night after a pay-per-view. I'm facing you.
And then we did have Rey Mysterio beat Angel Garza.
Boo!
I did see a clip of this match. It was good.
Was it? I don't know what happened.
It was decent, is it? So it was going to be.
I see defeat next to Angel Garza's name, and I'm unhappy.
I'm just reading a thing. The master of the 619, who seemed to take issue with Garza's attempt to steal the 619, because he tried, it was great. He sets him up, and Ray just goes, "Whoa, what are you playing at?" He answers to spread with a flurry of offense to put the former NXT Cruiserweight champion on the defensive. A true 619 dropping the dime combo, but the match to bed. Wrong result.
Right.
You need to push Garza. Unless they've got something planned.
Rey Mysterio's Rey Mysterio. I can't complain. Well, I can, but all I'm gonna it's can Hispanic people only face Hispanic people?
On the main roster, yes. He's genuine.
Are they in quarantine or something?
I'm just genuinely trying to think the last time that it was non-Hispanic versus Hispanic.
It'll have been Mysterio versus What it should have been.
I thought it was AJ.
It should have been Mysterio versus AJ in the 2-week trophy.
But it didn't happen.
It wasn't. I don't know.
Andrade Truth.
Oh yeah. But for as long as we've been doing this, I feel like
it's always
has
just been Garza, Correa, Umberto, and
it's that 4 just alternating.
So we just need Dominic and Pentagon Jr. there, and we've completed this. Speaking of that match, I was thinking at Mania for the Intercontinental Ladder match, Ray, Umberto, Angel Garza,
all of the Latinos,
Andrade, Ricochet. I know they were doing now that he's on main event, but I was going to say Ricochet, and then I didn't know the 6th man.
Cedric.
True.
But he was also on main event because he beat Shelton Benjamin.
And then we see what we'll talk about on Raw. Rhea Ripley, NXT Women's Champion, confronted Charlotte Flair 2 weeks ago. Obviously, Charlotte were in NXT. Rhea's sort of returned the favour. Charlotte basically said, "You are not me. You will never be me, and there is only one of me." Ripley stepped to Charlotte, and basically they had a bit of beef, a slap. Well, I'm not going to say a slap. It was
beef.
a forearm from Rhea Ripley.
Easy for me to say because I haven't watched it. I don't think I care. And I don't know why, because this should be mega.
I'm glad that I'm looking forward to it because I'm glad the NXT. I like Rhea Ripley though.
I'm quite sort of immune to Charlotte Flair at this point.
I know.
Rhea Ripley's she's all right.
She's okay. I think she got lucky in terms of when she got a thing.
Yeah.
When she got the push.
I was more into her like Survivor Series and when she won the title just before Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
But then, ever since she's won the title, I feel like it's been a bit. She's just.
It's because she hasn't been on really NXT. Really, yeah. She had Bianca Belair, and then that was it.
She's cooled massively.
But yeah, sets up Mania. Bobby Lashley beat Zack Ryder.
He did. Apparently, this was really quick.
Lana worked there. She's off filming a movie.
Right. So, what did this accomplish?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay. Well, it's good to see Zack Ryder on TV.
At least on Raw.
I like Zack Ryder.
I can't believe we haven't mentioned Drew McIntyre beat Eric Rowan. Good, great result.
This is the only thing of Raw that I have seen.
So Drew McIntyre beat Eric Rowan. All good. I think it's midway through the match or after. Drew McIntyre picks up the steel things.
It's a McIntyre heel turn.
He's killed the spider. So if you haven't seen, he goes and grabs the steel steps. He stands over Rowan's cage that has the spider in, we presume, and all of a sudden, steel cage. Boom, into the steel cage, the steel thing into the cage.
The steel step.
The spider's dead?
Well, we don't know, do we?
The spider may not be dead.
It will be. It's
not
a real spider.
1 week he was on the show for.
Is this the payoff? Do you think they sit down 3 months ago and go, right, we'll tease it for 12 weeks, we'll reveal it in front of Nowhere Jose, then we'll have McIntyre kill it a week later?
I know, it is poor.
They
didn't have any plans for it, and
it's just frustrating because it's like, A, why should we get invested if this is what happens, and B, I was kind of looking forward to seeing where they were going to take it from here. Now we know what it is.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd use it to like win matches and stuff, or like do something.
Put the spider on the opponent and they scream.
I don't know. He's already stupid enough. Why not go all the way?
Why not?
Maybe something in the 24/7 division. Like there's material there with Rowan the Spider and R-Truth.
R-Truth
is R-Truth the champion? No, it's Riddick Moss.
He won again.
Sorry. We'll come on to that.
Women's tag team champions, the Kabuki Warriors beat Natalya and Liv Morgan. After the match, Asuka was ready to beat someone up. Right. Alexa Bliss got name checked. And ringside brawl between Ruby Riott and Logan happened. Liv got pulled into that. And the Kabuki Warriors took advantage and pinned Natalya.
So, by the looks of things, this is looking all right because it is the tag champs having a tag match
and winning
on Raw and winning, albeit against a makeshift team. But fine, I guess.
It was they won by distraction again as well, though, with a Liv leaving to fight with Sarah and Ruby. But what can you do? AJ Styles challenged The Undertaker to WrestleMania. I've seen a little bit of this promo.
Have you seen the bit where apparently he calls out Michelle McCool or something?
It was something like, I can show your... where we go? Blah, blah, blah. And he challenged The Undertaker, and it got personal. And Hurray Styles declared The Undertaker as a discreet and a beautiful moment of WrestleMania 33, but continued to compete for the past 3 years. Implied he was at the beck of his calling of his conniving wife, Michelle McCool, and promised to be the final nail in the dead man's coffin.
It's a bit of a throwback, this, to one of the most underrated feuds of years gone by. Styles and Joe. When Joe was just targeting Styles' wife.
When he just appears on the thing, and it's sort of the thing like, where's he? And then it's at AJ's house, and he's knocked on the door, and then he just cuts off. What happened at the house?
Yeah, but
did we have to find out? House?
No, because they cut back to SmackDown next week, and it's like SmackDown's 7 days has passed. It's in a different state.
Yeah.
Joey's not going to still be at the house. Do you get what I mean?
I'd love that if AJ's had to work live events, so Joe's just stayed there. He's had a cup of tea.
Stayed there for a week.
He's made his bed. Then we had 24/7 champion Riddick Moss getting the win over Cedric this time.
Just going back, I don't know. I feel like we didn't spend enough
time
on Styles Taker.
It's probably a dream match for most people.
This is pretty major. Like, this is one that people would say is... Right, yeah, as you say, a dream match. Who Styles has got to win.
Styles
but Undertaker's... I say he's losing at Mania quite a lot, but...
He can do it now that the streak's not there.
I guess, but... Yeah, I mean, Styles should win, but...
The thing is, Undertaker doesn't need to put him over.
How available is The Undertaker going to be in the build-up to Mania?
We've got 4 more weeks.
Will he get physical? Will will the match at Mania have Undertaker going for 20 minutes? Because that man can barely walk.
I think he'll. That's why I don't think he'll be on in terms of in-person, in-ring as much.
Yeah.
I think he will just save himself in Mania.
Styles will have to carry him big time.
If anyone can do it, it's AJ.
It is, but...
It's a dream match for most people, this.
I get the feeling this isn't Undertaker's retirement match.
Really?
Why do you think it is?
Genuinely, I think it's a legend taking down a legend. Because who do you see retiring Undertaker? Everyone says Cena, but
this doesn't feel like the end. If it's the Undertaker's last match, they've got to say if the Undertaker loses, it's career over, because they've got to have those sorts of stakes to build a match.
When does he retire though, or does he ever get a retirement match?
We've got to do it at some point. Styles would be a good person to do it, but I don't think this is it. Will Taker come back for as long as there's Saudi shows? You can never rule it out.
No, it'll be. You've got 4 weeks now to really cement why is this happening.
Yeah,
what does he gain from it? What does AJ gain from it?
This could be a really good build. We'll see where it goes.
It will. I'm guessing we might see an Undertaker, maybe Luke Gallows match. He's the only one I could see, or a Carl Anderson.
Taker won't have a Raw match.
Imagine that'd be probably the first time in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Then we did have 24/7 champion Riddick Moss beating Cedric Alexander.
Why is the 24/7 title being defended in regular ring rules every week?
I don't know.
But it's not being defended
in the normal 24/7
in the normal
title.
24/7 rules, which is literally the entire point of the 24/7
The era
title.
of Riddick Moss is here. He'll only defend it in. He stays away. He lurks in the dark so he can wrestle on Raw.
Like literally, Moss's character at the moment is he wins wrestling matches. He doesn't get lucky pinning people on golf courses and planes and stuff. He's winning on
competitive matches.
Yeah, and he's beating Ricochet and Cedric Alexander.
Ricochet's the big one.
Two people who have both gone. Well, Cedric's gone for the US title and Ricochet's gone for the world title.
Yeah, and he was for the North American title.
This is two pretty big wins for Moss.
He's strange, isn't it?
Why? I have no idea.
I just want to see more shenanigans. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, though, Riddick Moss is just... He's Riddick... why should we care? There wasn't any video packages. As far as I'm concerned, commentary haven't told us anything apart from... This is Riddick Moss. Who's Riddick? I know who Riddick Moss is.
I don't really.
I've sort of... Because he was in a team with Tino Sabatelli.
He's in the best team in NXT.
And he was in The Outliers with Dan Mather in NXT UK.
God.
But...
NXT UK?
Yeah.
Of course he was.
But most people won't know who Riddick Moss is. And why? If you don't know who he is, you're not going to care.
I think I'm pretty confident in the past month there's only been one segment that's been 24/7 out, and that's when they're at the Funko Studios, Pop Funko. That was it.
I don't remember that.
It's where R-Truth was sneaking around the Pop store. Do you know, the Funko Pops?
Yeah.
It's where R-Truth was sneaking around. Mojo ambushes him, and ambushes Riddick. Riddick gets away. We just haven't had one.
Yeah.
The next segment, Edge brawl with Randy Orton attacked MVP.
I've not seen this, but I've seen this got an A grade, and I'm really quite disappointed. I'm not here to talk. I can't talk about it.
For weeks, Randy Orton's aggression has been running unchecked, from a concerto to put Edge back on the shelf, RKO to Beth, and the Rated R superstar returned to Raw since the first attack, give the Viper a taste of his own medicine. In a brief furious brawl, Edge took down Orton with his own RKO, sending the Viper into a quick retreat, and while Orton evaded further punishment, MVP wasn't so lucky, so MVP initially comes out and sort of basically just hypes it up. MVP wasn't so lucky. This would be... MVP sort of offered to be his manager, Edge's manager, to mentor Edge and redeem his lack of focus before Orton made his move. And Edge used him as an example. After the Apex Predator made his retreat, with Orton looking on, Edge subjected MVP to a standing arm triangle, an RKO onto a steel chair. So Edge hit an RKO, lovely. And then he hit a pair of concertos before chasing on Orton on for out of the arena. Amazing. Edge sold amazing from when he came out the car, throwing his hat, just storming. It
sounds like it's going to be really good.
I wonder what the payoff's going to be, though. I'm worried. In terms of
in terms of build-up? In terms of what does...
Disappointing match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I kind of forget about that bit.
I think it can be one.
Orton could carry him to it.
Oh, again, we say with AJ, Orton is the safest worker.
As long as Edge gives Like, he could give absolutely everything in this match and then not appear for 6 months, and it'll be all right.
Because we've got that Edge return.
Just make sure this match is worth it.
What the payoff? Because the build has been incredible.
The build's been
so far.
Outstanding.
We've got another month to go now, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Do we have Edge now doing the same thing as Orton?
I've never really thought about whether the match will be worth it, but now you've raised that, I'm actually a little bit concerned that I think it's going to be quite a bit of a disappointment. A bit like the women's 3-way last year.
Yeah, I think that was just because of the finish.
I know.
Because it was botched.
It was, but...
You can't botch in the main event.
No, the match itself was dead. Like...
Yeah, again, it had all the hype.
It was the
never
seventh hour.
I think it's because it was the main event. I think Orton Edge will go on early-ish. I think we're going to see in the coming week Edge sort of doing more Randy stuff of Randy's got to his head. He's made him question himself.
Edge. I think Edge has got to keep it going now. Edge has got to just try and get one up every single week.
Because obviously, why would before he wouldn't have Concerto's MVP for no reason. But Orton's got in his head so much that he's been led to do this.
Yeah.
It works. Great segment.
Right, the next bit you're going to have to give a bit of context.
So Aleister Black beat Seth Rollins via disqualification. In terms of the sales pitch John Seth Rollins fought, the offer to Aleister Black makes certain kind of sense in the wake of several attacks by the OC. Presumably be nice to be on each other side of the numbers game. Unfortunately, the confab led to fighting words in a singles match that Black won, albeit in a way that ironically proved Rollins' point. The anonymous man from Amsterdam heard Rollins dead to rights when Murphy attacked him, breaking up a would-be pinfall and handed Black the win by disqualification. Rollins quickly called in reinforcements in the form of AOP, who dispatched Black just as the Viking Raiders and finally Street Profits arrived to even the odds. And even though the Dutch Destroyer was seemingly out of the running of the Raiders and the Profits had a sales pitch of their own, an 8-man tag team match, as ever, Rollins seemed to have trouble recruiting allies to his cause, but you have to admire his knack for making enemies.
Do those people outside want to come in? I don't really want to turn around and look at them.
No, it'll be fine.
Are we all right?
I think we've got it booked out. We're all
good. Right, who did you say got involved to make it a DQ? Murphy. Okay, so it was just typical Rollins boys saving him.
Yeah.
It's another win for Aleister Black, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rollins has taken a lot of defeats recently.
He has.
Are they looking in?
That's fine.
No, it's alright, okay. Yeah, this sounded like it was fine. I can't give too much comment. If it's just... Kevin Owens?
No, I've got it booked. Right. 15 minutes.
Anyway, we've got 15 minutes.
We've got 15 minutes. We're fine. We had Seth Rollins and Murphy defeating, and AOP defeating the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, and the Viking Raiders. In the mark of the movement, strength of resistance, Seth Rollins might really be on something.
In the what?
The mark it's the mark of a movement is the strength of its resistance. Right. If the mark of a move is something that the Midnight Messiah and his 3 disciples barely defeated the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders, despite exploiting every loophole and referee distraction. Rollins claimed the win by a razor-thin margin with a stomp on Montez Ford and even got one over on Kevin Owens, who had been mugged by Rollins and his crew earlier and came calling for payback. The Midnight Messiah caught Owens with a stomp after KO had stunned his entire flock, administering 2 more after the bell to make sure his message was heard. If he can't convert a soul willingly, there's clearly another path. I mean, we'll talk about it quite briefly. That's just a throwaway match. Mania, Seth KO.
Wait,
one-on-one.
What was the throwaway match? The one that we had here?
Yeah.
Rollins' boys versus Profits and Raiders. Wait, so what was the finish?
They need one more.
What was the finish?
The finish was Rollins claiming the win. He stomped Montez Ford.
Oh, that's cool. So Rollins got a pinfall back.
Yeah. So do you think
Ford as well?
Mania? It's KO, Seth, and then Murphy and AOP versus Street Profits and someone, or Viking Raiders and someone. Maybe Black. But I think Black's out of the picture.
Murphy and AOP versus Profits and Black. I don't think the Viking Raiders will be involved with this. I think the Viking Raiders were just a stopgap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It could work well. Yeah. It really could.
This Raw looked like it had.
It was like a lot of segment. Yeah. Again, we've got 4 months to Mania, and unfortunately, when you've got so long to go, some of these Raws are just going to 4 weeks to go. It's going to be.
Is it that long though? Because last year we had 6 weeks to build.
True, and at least we've had
4 weeks is just your standard pay-per-view build.
It is. It's just there's only 7 matches announced. Is there?
6.
6. We need another
9.
11. 9. How many matches does it count?
15.
need another 9. So you got KO Seth, then Murphy and his boys.
Yeah, I'll get it up. Just fill for time.
Yeah. So we've got KO Murphy and Seth. KO Seth, Murphy and his boys versus Street Profits and someone, and then you're gonna need 7 more matches. You've got your women's in terms of SmackDown women's. You've got your.
I got it.
I realised I could load
so
it.
You've got Edge Orton.
Mm-hmm.
Owens Rollins.
Yeah.
Zayn versus Strowman.
Okay.
Singles.
Okay.
Strowman pure batters him.
Maybe.
Squash. Less
and
than a minute.
Cesaro and Nakamura leaving.
I'm not even sure. I don't. It's not about that at Mania. It's just about Braun Strowman always wins.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant Memorial and Women's Battle Royal.
Pre-show.
So that's only 3 actual matches and then 2 pre-shows.
Yeah, I forgot about.
And then the rest is all up in the air. You've got to have SmackDown Women's title.
Yeah.
And then you've got tag belts and 24/7 might do something.
I think 24/7 will have segments throughout the day.
24/7 defended in the Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh, where if you eliminate the champion, you get the belt. That'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be alright.
Who would win it? Who do you think would win the Memorial Battle Royal?
Mojo Rawley. No, he's already done it, hasn't he? Who'd win the... It'd be like Alistair Black, but Black won't eliminate Moss. I think they'll just go back to the well with R-Truth.
Yeah.
You didn't watch the pre-show, but Truth was on the pre-show.
Again.
And it was like, I can't wait to watch The Fiend versus Cena right here at WrestleMania. And he just got everyone's names on the panel wrong. So Pete Rosenberg was there, he called him Sam Roberts.
Great.
Charlie Caruso was there, he called her Kayla Braxton.
Coachman.
Coach, he got right.
Yeah.
But there was someone else that he got wrong as well.
David Otunga. Baron Saxton, maybe.
I can't remember. But yeah, I should have... and Coach was just corpsing. Coach could not keep a straight face.
When it's R-Truth,
and Truth was deadly, straight.
He's amazing.
It were really funny.
And I think to end the podcast, we mentioned earlier the FCW documentary.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I have. Well, I kind of half watched it. I didn't really take too much in. But
I recommend anyone that hasn't watched it to watch it. It really showed...
I would say just quickly, what was Raw?
Oh, 3.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. It was just...
Standard.
It was there.
It was there. Standard. It was a road. It was a little bit on the road.
Yeah,
it was a junction.
It was. They were at a roundabout. They just have to go around the roundabout.
Red light, green light. Everybody take a shot.
Because I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
No, but if you haven't watched the FCW documentary, it shows not struggles, but the Bella Twins, how they were signed for the looks, but how Natty Neidhart sort of brought them in, taught them, and they taught her stuff.
Yeah.
Sheamus and Drew, how they were coming over, and how it's talking about more Dusty.
It was all,
Dusty sounds incredible.
I've no memory of FCW, so
I don't as well.
It's all just retroactive learning. I think that's the word.
But all the wrestlers are ones that the show puts a Kofi Cut and a promo in Jamaican.
He's there now, and I didn't realise FCW had actually sort of produced that many wrestlers. It were quite a bit of an insight.
They also announced a Ruthless Aggression season 2.
Have they?
Yeah, for this summer.
All right. Well, there's currently 5 episodes in, and I'd imagine they're going to go to 10.
I might watch them all tonight when I can. But yeah, Ruthless Aggression season 2 is coming out to They haven't announced; it just says summer.
All right.
So it'll be fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, but that has been the Wrestling Corner number 7. I mean, Elimination Chamber. Okay.
Fine. Raw. Fine.
Right.
SmackDown. Fine.
AEW.
NXT. Fine. AEW. Fine.
It was just
solid across the board with nothing major.
Nothing where it was like that is
what is the coming this week on AEW? I cannot. Think
of
anything.
AEW tag team match. Someone, I think it might be Santana Ortiz versus Hangman and a mystery opponent because Kenny's not cleared.
Right.
So it's either going to be someone shocking or it's going to be Darby Allin.
I can't think of what happening on NXT either.
NXT, I'm guessing we'll get a
is
dream.
It Lee versus? Hang on, no. Lee, when I say not Lee,
Cameron
Grimes versus Keith Lee.
Cameron Grimes, Keith Lee, and I'm guessing we'll have another qualifying match. Maybe Candice versus someone. Oh, I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, just 2 women in a singles match.
It's one thing with NXT; they rarely announce a lot of stuff beforehand.
Yeah, which is what if they announce it on the bump.
I love the bump.
The bump.
It's just a bunch of people having fun on the bump. I appreciate it. But that has been the Wrestling Con episode 7, your Elimination Chamber, your Velveteen Dream and your NWO. If you want to tune into all the other podcasts, on Monday we do have the Team Week predictions for FIFA. So if you are a football fan, have a watch of that. I'm just going to say thank you to Chris Welch for tuning in, giving them questions. It is always helpful. Tuesdays, obviously the Wrestling Corner, my little baby. We've got 4 months. No, Simon's in. Simon's the adopted father, would say.
Oh no, this is getting weird.
And then obviously 4 weeks. We've got Mania. We're gonna have we're gonna try to do something special for Mania predictions. I've got an idea.
All right,
we'll have to figure it out. Wednesdays are the Top Corner podcast, the football one. We talk about all European football. We talk about the coronavirus, spending all Serie A games. Thursday, we do have the NFL Corner hosted by Kieran and joined by Will. They'll be doing, I think, quarterback ranking for last season, hoping they put Minshew high. And that's it. And that is it. I'd just like to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week.